Blood Moon is here, and it's one of my favorite, I won't say favorite events. It has one of my favorite heroes in it, period, and another hero that I am really not sure about. Let's get to the video. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a KnightHood video. In this video, I'm going over the Blood Moon event. What I'm going to do is go through this announcement, which is the event started like 3 days deep. Probably by the time this comes out, like a week deep. And then I'm gonna go over the two heroes that are like kind of featured in it. And I think there is one of the roaming monsters that's out right now. I might change the format of how I handle these events. I'm not sure. Before I try to do a heroes video and then an enemies video, basically, I might just give more like progress reports or something like that, and just tips and tricks along the way that I have. And then you guys, of course, comment below, give me any contributions you have. And to the people watching, read the comment section, because you might get a lot of useful tips from my other videos. A lot of the commenters have awesome suggestions, so I'm looking forward to you guys having those as well. Now, Blood Moon rises again, revealing more than just enemies. Lycans and vampires have battled for centuries, earned the Extinguisher's armor skins to look like one of the vampires, Lycan style elite. Sure. You can also arm yourself with the Exsanguinators, War Maul, and the Exsanguinator's Heart Piercer. Weapon skins. Oh, there's only 2 of them. I already have those 2, I think. There are also several new customizations to sink your teeth into. How quickly you unlock them. Okay, so now, and I will be completely forthright on this. I do get the premium side of that event pass, and sometimes I'll boost it, sometimes I won't. I did boost it this time just because I wanted to. Like I'm really like into KnightHood right now. And I think at least doing the premium side is worth that $10. I think that's how much it costs for me. I don't know how much it costs for you in your area. The boost isn't worth it. Not always. Whenever I get the boost, I always regret it. I just said not always, and then said always again, didn't I? Whenever I get the boost, I regret it, because by the end of the event, I have like 2 or 3 weeks left, and I still am, and my pass is done. My event pass is done, which means that I didn't need that boost. I would have been able to get to it without the pass. However, I'm able to do level 55 on the events, and I'll do that here as well. What time is it? I still have time to do that as well, one of the events. I'll spend some gems on that just so you guys can see it. But I'm able to do those at level 55. So if you're at level 55, then I would say that it's not really worth it to buy the boost. Unless you just want to and you're impatient like I am sometimes. And so, but actually getting the premium side of that pass, I really, really do recommend. I'm going to go over this, show you the premium side of the pass. Go after that roaming monster. You might be too late. And then at the very end, I'll go ahead and try to get into the portal, which is what I was referring to before. The story of Fenir-Grad, maybe I should learn these names before I start reading them, is a tragic one. Centuries ago, even the peaceful Lycan, you know what? Y'all can read that story. Fenir united with Lycans when humanity, etc., etc. His powers, Chomp is fairly explanatory. And then Garn. Garn we're not going to be able to look at. I went to Fenir just because he's the roaming monster that's going around right now. Fenir's plans to roam the land with his most loyal soldiers. Had a little connection issue, but here we go. Anyway, so going into it. First thing I'll do is I will go after that roaming monster. Actually, as a matter of fact, no, I won't go into the roaming monster. I'll go into the heroes. So the heroes that you're going to be able to get from here, from the chest and from just the event, the pass itself, the frags that you're going to get are going to be, let's go ahead and go to Carmela. Now, here's the other thing. I just put out a video saying Ayako is the best hero in the game. Carmela is not far off. She's incredible. So her powers, Enervating Haze, I guess is what it's called, Enervating Haze, deals up to 10,000 damage to enemies. Now, I do have her 6-starred, and I just got her 6-star based on this event. Like I just need like a couple more shards or frags, however you want to call it, before I got her there, and I was happy to get her there. Deals 10,000 to enemies on the front row. That's per. Restores your health or armor by the same amount. Now I have alchemist boosting charms on my armor, which means that she actually ends up hitting for more than 10. It's something like almost 20, I want to say. And then especially if she's against beasts, where she's going to have a affinity matchup plus, so positive affinity matchup, so she's doing that much more damage, which means you get that much more heals. And in Onslaught Dungeon, there are 2 bosses there that put a line of beasts in front of them, the front row. And when you have like 4 of them in front of you, one of them does it with the undead, the vampire woman who actually ends up putting like a weaken on you. One of them does that. I think that's the outlaw. No. And then the outlaw dungeon boss does it with the beast. And then that cult guy who has the needles that stabs under your armor, who I hate with a passion that burns with the intensity of 1,000 suns, him. They have the beast as a front line. When you have 4 of those beasts, or even 2, it doesn't even really matter, and you use that ability, it basically heals you all the way back up, or it gives you a lot of heals, right? It's a massively good heal on just her base ability, depending on the enemy in front of you, but especially when there's beasts in front of you. So it does, she's very, very handy, more handy than a lot of my unique heroes when it comes to dungeon, or a lot of areas, honestly. And then Vampire Bite, which is also an awesome ability, especially if you got a lot of beasts out there, deals up to 20,000 damage to all enemies, restores your health or armor by the same amount. So she is an absolutely amazing healer. And actually, I'll try to remember to go, you know what, I always say I'll try to remember. Let me just go ahead and do it now. So then when I go to my charms, and let me slide this a little bit because my eyes are being blocked. All right. So then when I go to my charms on my armor, she is an alchemist. And if I'm looking at this correctly, I come up and then rogue. So you see these 20% rogue power, 25% rogue power. And I'm tempted to change that rogue power to something else, except I just have like mage. I'm tempted to change that to alchemist for this event. I'm not 100% sure. And one thing I have been trying to do with my armor is figure out the weakness, or the general weakness of the affinity matchups. And that would see warrior power here. That helps me with Queen Krita, 25% power boost. Figure out the general, so for example, with goblins, a lot of the minions are light, but one of the goblin bosses is heavy in terms of their damage. And so I'm trying to make that armor that I'm using that's heavy geared more towards things that hurt them as well, like giving them exposed. They're weak to expose, for example. That's what I'm trying to focus on more with different types of armor, so I'm not just only using my mythic armor. Is this where the alchemist is? Wait, yes, I have 125% boost for alchemist power, so that's where she's getting that from. And there's probably some other things floating around that I'm not going to show, but that, for example, I would love to put our beast weapon. Let's go ahead and just go to, have a beast weapon here, right there, and then have the armor geared up to have the alchemist be the strength, beast weapon there. That would just be like the ideal, and that's probably a long way away before I'll have that done. Now, going to the other hero, this is the unique hero that you'll get, and this is the one I'm not too convinced about. I started collecting her shards last year, during this last event, actually. The last time this event was going on. And this is Petra. She's a champion mage and deals 15,000 damage to your current target, and then a chance to apply burn. It's only a single target attack, and then distributes 45,000, 46,000 damage across all enemies. Now, here's the other part of this game that makes it a little bit weird for me, is that I showed you all that charm stuff, and you saw that I had warriors, rogues, and the alchemist. That means that my rogue will probably perform far better than a champion, just because there's all those charms there to help boost them up, along with other charms that go along. So it's hard for me to evaluate them one-to-one until I have the proper charms in place. Now, I didn't have and I didn't notice any champion charms out there, but for example, Vayani, I believe is his name, he's a rogue. I don't use him that much because he's not as useful as Queen Krita in terms of putting down exposed. And then when I'm facing the golems, yeah, I will use him, but not that often. However, he has a 45% power boost because of those charms. But if I'm not using him that much, does it make sense for me to have those charms equipped there? Would it not make more sense for me to put champion charms if I had them? I have to, actually build up and get them. But you see my point. So if I have 45%, 50% power boost, even more, depending on how many charms I get for a hero, then it would behoove me. If I had all that in champion, it would behoove me to link that up in my armor and then use Petra a lot. And I'm assuming she would perform a lot better if I had that. So it's one of those things of maybe you think your hero's not performing as well as they should, but check your charms and see. And so that's why I'm kind of hesitant on Petra. But then after looking at Carmela's and everything else, I see why Carmela's performing very, very well. And her ability is great without. However, it pushes her over the line to be better. So there you go. There's that. And now here's the other dilemma. My Petra is a beast affinity, positive beast affinity matchup. And this is Tara. Tara is undead. And in this event, the Blood Moon, you're dealing with undead and you're dealing with the Lycan, the beast, right? So I already have a beast hero. That's awesome. Right now, my Carmela is way more useful and way better just outright than Petra. The heals and the damage on top of it. And plus I have the charm that'll make her that much more powerful. I need an undead hero. The current undead hero I have right now, who's legendary, not even going to go to him. He's the bear with the crossbow. He's not really doing a lot of what I need, or I'm not really impressed with him so far. I was hoping that, especially since Tara gives freeze, that I guess this is let's say she, would be better. And perhaps just from the freeze alone. But now I'm going to get more shards of Petra. So who do I take level 60? Do I take Tara level 60 because I would need her more? She's undead and I can use her in those events even though I don't necessarily need to. Or should I take Petra level 60 because I'm going to end up being able to 3-star, maybe 4-star Petra before the end of this event. So that's what I'm working on trying to figure out right now. Let's just go ahead and go to Roaming Beast real quick. See if we can take him out, Veneer, really quickly. Already got like another, I got another active one. So let's just run through that one real quick. So I can, collect on my bounties. See, 1 minute. Almost lost it. And I'm not even gonna check the necessary weapon stuff. I'm just gonna go asset, Goblin Hero. I'll equip a Goblin Hero real quick. Goblin Hero. I said I wasn't going to, but I'll do it really quickly. And then ranged, and I'm probably not going to be able to lay down acid. I won't be able to lay down acid because I'm too strong, and I could use a weaker weapon and then use another hero who's only level 40 and to try to get the acid, but I'm not about to go through all that right now. So we'll just do this very quickly, just so I can get one of my bounties out of the way. Let go. 1, 2, 3. I even had the weaker weapon too, but it's fine. It's fine. Also, and I said this before with the other events, I like to use the level 55 weapon that I have, the level 55 mythic weapon, which is this hammer now, for the events. However, when I already had a max there. However, whenever I go to, when I went to the knight to check his weapons, he already had, let's see, I'll just get to him real quick now, and then I can show you. He already had Beast on the axe, all right? So let's see, Beast here, I can just do that there. Beast Hero Maniacal. And I need to get that champion tome so I can get to leveling up his Tara. I'm leaning toward his Tara over Petra to level him up. So I already had Beast and Goblin because I was trying to get past that one part in Conquest Tower. So I just went ahead and just changed the undead part, the Goblin to undead, which bothers me because now I'm not going to really be able to attack Conquest Tower with a level 55 weapon. I think I need a level 60, but I wanted to use one less tuning fork. So now what I might have to do is just get more tuning forks and then tune this one to be the level 60 that I need it to be for Conquest Tower, and then tune this one, the level 55 hammer, to be used during this event. I also don't like the idea of having my mythic weapons covered the same affinity, meaning level 60 will cover beast, and then the level 55 hammer will also have beast on it. I don't like that. I do not like that at all, but I might have to do it. And then as far as my sword, I do want to use my sword a little bit more just because now it's the poison blade that I want it to be. So there's like a 40% chance of it laying down poison on chain attacks. Whereas with my cleaver, my axe, there's a 45% chance of laying down acid per attack. The hammer is just straight up stun. I even changed the hammer since the last time I made a KnightHood video to where now it's a 100% chance to stun on the ultimate attack, the last hit from the hammer. So, and that's gone very well. But anyway, what I did was I just went ahead and changed this axe to beast and undead to help me deal with. And I wonder why they're putting cult in there. I'm wondering why that's in there now, but it's okay. Acid still takes care of them. So maniacal gauntlet, that's great for when we get debuffs. Beast, and then I need to heal. Now he's level 58, so the heals shouldn't be too much of a problem, but I'm going to put Carmela in there, and that will get us that heal. I'm going to change this armor immediately so I don't end up dying. Then we will go ahead and get the maniacal gauntlet in there. So let's see. Let's see what this is looking like for me so far. Maybe I'll just plop Gebbard in there in case acid does get laid down. So I got maniacal gauntlet. I got the beast hero equipped, and I got heals coming from Carmela or from Gebbard. Oh well, Gebbard is just regenerate, and regenerate doesn't work on that regain heal thing, I think. So let's see, and they're level 58, so I'm gonna auto this first. I should be able to make it, but let's see. Let us see. First attack the cult dude though. Can't stand that guy. Cannot stand that guy. And if he's gonna be consistently in these roaming beast, roaming monsters thing, then I'm gonna have a problem. All right, so cool. He's out of the picture quickly. I think he's even in one of the side quests. I think, isn't it the Fenris cultist or whatever? Fenrock, I can't remember the name. F cultist, I can't remember. Oh yeah, F cultist. But begins with an F. So we got through the first wave, relatively easy. Boom, there's a heal. 81,000 heals on that. We like to see it. We like to see it. I probably should look at it a little bit more carefully and maybe figure out the other charms that are helping, because that's still heavy. It's a lot of heals. And I'm happy, I'm not complaining about it. More damage, more heals. So, boom, Gebbard, go ahead and knock out that back row. We are in perfect shape. This is not gonna stop us at all. All right, so then I'll go to the event itself. And actually, one thing I meant to do and I probably should have done, I apologize, is I should have went ahead and checked for Nier to see what his abilities were or what he was going to do. And I'll do that in the next video. This won't be my only video on Blood Moon. So I'll do that in the next video. In any case, that is completed with Carmela doing an awesome job and getting everything I needed. Boom. So now let's just go and put that to the side. I'll do one of, like, I'm gonna have to buy more for the portal, but I'll do that anyway, no big deal. And I'll do one of the portal before I call it a video. So there, we got a little bit further. Oh, and then I'll be able to get 5 of those chests. And sometimes I just buy 2 more just so I'll have 5. I never open them up. Always open 5 of them. Just wait if you have to. Always open 5 of them. And then I'll get that extra 5 frags from the 5 shards from for Petra. Now 120. Ugh, running low on gems, but here we go. 55. Now is everything the way I want it? No. And that's the other thing too. I'm not using Petra in this event even. I'm using Istara because she is undead. She's undead. She has an undead positive affinity matchup. Maniacal Gauntlet. I mean, I guess that's okay. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to auto this anyway, and I won't be using the Rage ability. So there we go. Let's see how many waves we get here. Thank you guys for watching. Actually, I'll run this wave, and then I'll come back, and I'll focus on the beast of that wave. Should I? How deep are we into this? Let's see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's run this auto. Go. It's only 3 waves. It's only 3 waves. Okay. 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 There we go. Just melting through them. Melting through them. That's fine. I'll touch base on them real quick. Touch base on the enemies. The main ones, the little minions, I'm not going to really cover. Just the bigger bosses. Boom. All that. I'm on the 3rd wave, and right now my health is barely going. And I know that's partially because of how my armor is structured, level 60, etc., etc. But with Carmela right there in the background, and she drops that vial to heal me, I'm not running out of, look. Boom. Right back up. Right back up. Absolutely incredible. She's absolutely incredible. All right, so next, now we will go back, and then let me check the bosses. So this is Garm. He was going to end up being one of the roaming monsters, if I'm not mistaken, from what they said. He's vulnerable to fire and to focus. I guess that's unfocused. Resistant to stun and freeze. Not great since Tara's like rage ability is to freeze. Heavy, so that means that if you wear heavy armor, you're going to take on less damage. And then his power is restores 23,000 health or armor to all enemies. This power charges up each time you take a critical hit from Garm. So if he hits me with crit shots, he's going to charge up this ability, heal his allies. He has a chance to gain Fury, which boosts damage by 35% for 3 turns, and a chance to gain Focus. So that's a boost of the crit chance by 25% for 3 turns. So he's looking to hit you hard and heal his enemies. There you go. Heads up. And then let's see, is there any other boss over here other than Garm? Nope. So we'll go ahead and just run this, and I'll say thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. How many waves we got here? How many waves we got here? Yeah, I think I'll do periodic updates or things along this path. See how it goes. I don't think I might look at it one more time because this is still just 3 waves, and I want to say, or not even want to say, I know that when there's 5 waves, there's 2 bosses typically. And I'm wondering if after I do this wave, if I go, or this round, whatever, if I go and check again, will it show me all the bosses? Like, will it be a 5 wave? Because usually you don't get like 3 waves in a row. You'll get like a 3, and then a 4, then a 3, then a 5, and a 5, then a 3. You know, like it mixes it up. It varies. So maybe we'll get lucky, and I'll have a 5 wave, and I'll be able to show you one of the bosses. Or the other boss. Let's see how that goes. If not, then I'll just sign off. So, let's see how many folks in this one. Yeah, I think it's the same. I think it is the same. He's just an archer. Nope, so I think that's just the bosses. All right, guys, so I'm going to call it. Oh, wait, no, he's a boss. That's why he has that. Is that what this thing means here? This thing? Is that what that is? Heavy, beast, his power assumes its true form. So he just transforms, which I've seen. He just transforms. All right, so I guess that's that. How many of them are there? Yeah, there's 6 of them, so he definitely wasn't a boss. All right, so thank you guys for watching all the way through. See you next time.